Sunday morning. Well, this is Steve Cates, otherwise known as Dr. Sky. And Steve, give us your input. What's interesting that's going on up there?
Well, good morning and happy Sunday to you and the listeners, John. We talk about comets. Many people may not realize this. They're the last material after the creation of the solar system, allegedly here 4.5 billion years ago. But here's some news. Maybe it'll be breaking news. A new comet's been discovered. The acronym MAPS for a large telescope that's found this object. It's what they call a sungrazing comet, discovered back on January 13th. John, it's a group of comets known as crux comets. These are comets that get close to the sun. But the bottom line for our viewers, we may have this incredibly bright comet visible in the sky, probably sometime maybe in early April. We'll have to see what the comet does. But back in 1965, John, we had another comet called a.k.a. And that comet was as bright as half a full moon. So we never know. But this may be an awakening for people that have not seen these celestial signs in the sky. Thought it's important to report it on the Cats Roundtable.
You're absolutely right. But, we look at the comets and we know what they do.
Yes.
But it's hard to envision these things just going out for thousands of years, or billions of miles, and just goes on forever. It's mind-boggling.
It sure is, John. The creation of the solar system, imagine 4.5 billion years ago on a universe that we think was created 13.8 billion years. But, John, the story continues as we get closer in the news. Our Milky Way, we know, has a giant black hole or object like that at the center of the galaxy. That's 27,000 light years away from us, to be exact. But, John, this particular black hole allegedly eats stars for breakfast. So imagine, our sun's nearly 1 million miles in diameter, 865,000 miles to be precise. But now astronomers think another mechanism may be responsible for this. On a side note, John, we only see 4% of the entire universe. That's what they call baryonic matter. So astronomers are trying to figure out two very strange parts of quantum physics. One is dark matter, and the other one is dark energy. So simply, astronomers say that this particular mechanism in the center of our Milky Way may be fueled by something in gravity, which is called dark matter. And dark matter, John, compromises 27% of the universe. And the other strange one, this is 68% of the universe, is even more bizarre, something called dark energy. Boy, do we have a lot to learn, don't you think?
I don't think we know anything about anything, and it's such a big universe, and I wish we knew the truth. I wish in our lifetime we're going to get to learn the truth.
Well, I'm going to be positive, but here's one, John, that's really off the charts. We always end off proudly with the mystery of the week. Here's the question. What's the most expensive substance in the universe? John, the strange one is called antimatter. Now, 1 gram of antimatter, if you could actually see it created, would be worth $62.5 trillion. I don't know where they get the number from. But some figures say it could be as high as $2,700 trillion. Is this bizarre? Well, only tiny amounts have ever been created in this thing called tiny nanograms. But the problem is, John, it must be stored in advanced magnetic traps, or it collapses when it hits normal matter. You get a collision, John, that's called pure energy. Can you imagine that? A power source for the future. Something as bizarre as antimatter. That's a real strange one, don't you think?
I'm still looking how we get to warp speed.
That's exactly right. Well, in Star Trek, they gave us the concept, but they never gave us the formula. So we'll have to see, John, just how. We've
got to wait till at least the 22nd century or something, or 23rd century.
You're right. We have to be patient.
Well, when are we going to the? Well, first step. When are we going back to the moon?
Well, to go in March, Artemis 2 is going to take 4 astronauts around the moon, like Apollo 8 did. But, John, the landing on the moon, and this is a very nebulous answer, but I always give you truth. They don't really know, but they're saying Artemis 3, John, could land on the south pole of the moon as early as maybe 2028. Some overly zealous individuals, overly optimistic, said 2027. I don't think that's possible. China may beat us there because they seem to have a more focused space program right now. But then again, John, you never know. We might pull a rabbit out of somebody's hat and surprise everybody. That's an interesting story which will continue. And we always remind everybody to listen to the Dr. Sky Experience filled with these answers and more. Again, we move into Friday midnight Eastern Time to 2 a.m. Saturday, and then we do it once again proudly Saturday midnight to 2 a.m. Sunday, right here, John, and we have you to thank for permitting me to be behind that microphone. Thank you.
Steve Cage, thank you so much, and we'll talk again real soon.